Rebecca Hayes had never been the kind of woman who trusted easily until she met Mark. He was charming, funny, and the kind of man who remembered the little things, how she took her coffee, the songs she hummed in the car. After losing her husband 5 years earlier, Rebecca thought she'd never love again. But Mark made her believe in second chances. They dated for 2 years, and when he lost his job, she offered to help. "It's just until you're back on your feet," she said. Mark promised to pay her back $8,000 in total. He never did. Weeks turned into months. Then one day, she came home from work to find his things gone. No note, no call, just an empty apartment and a text that said, "You'll be fine without me." Rebecca's heart sank. She wasn't angry about the money. She was angry about the betrayal. But when she tried to move on, something worse happened. Mark began posting online, calling her crazy, obsessive, even claiming she had stolen from him. Her reputation in their small Florida town started to crumble. Friends turned distant. She felt humiliated, trapped between anger and heartbreak. Then one evening, while watching TV, she saw something that made her pause. Judge Judy. 2 people arguing about money, betrayal, and lies. Exactly like her story. Rebecca whispered to herself, "If I can't get justice in real life, maybe I can on TV." The studio lights were blinding. The courtroom smelled faintly of polish and nerves. Rebecca sat on one side, Mark on the other, smug, confident, holding a folder full of papers. When Judge Judy entered, the entire room shifted. Her sharp gaze scanned them both like a radar. "All right, Miss Hayes, tell me why you're suing this man." Rebecca took a breath. "Your Honor, I loaned him $8,000 over the course of 2 years while we were dating. He said he'd pay me back once he got a new job. But he disappeared." Judge Judy leaned forward. "Do you have proof of the loans?" Rebecca held up printed text messages. "Yes, ma'am. These are messages where he promised repayment." Judy flipped through the pages, her expression unreadable. Then it was Mark's turn. "She's lying, Your Honor. That money was a gift. She said she loved me. It's not my fault she regrets it now." The audience gasped. Rebecca's hands shook, but she stayed calm. "Your Honor, I helped him because I cared, but that doesn't make it a gift." Mark smirked. "She's just bitter because I left." Judge Judy's eyes narrowed, like lightning before a storm. "You think lying makes you clever, Mr. Stone? Because right now you're looking more like a con artist than a victim." The audience laughed softly, but enough to make him sweat. Then Judy said something no one expected. "I want to see your bank records. You claim this was a gift, but I see here you withdrew $8,000 in cash just 3 days after she transferred it to you. So tell me, what did you do with that money?" Mark froze. I don't remember." "You don't remember taking $8,000? Must be nice to have such a selective memory." The courtroom erupted in quiet laughter again. Mark turned red. Rebecca sat quietly, her eyes filling with tears, not from anger, but from relief. For the first time, someone was seeing the truth. But Judy wasn't finished. "Miss Hayes, I'm ruling in your favor for the full amount, plus court costs. And Mr. Stone, you might want to start paying her back before karma gets there first." The gavel hit. Justice. Sharp, clear, and beautiful. Rebecca walked out of the courtroom feeling lighter than she had in years. The cameras followed, the lights faded, and the crew congratulated her quietly. She didn't feel like she'd just won money. She felt like she'd won herself back. A week later, the episode aired. Comments poured in from women across the country. "You're so brave. That guy deserved it. Thank you for standing up for yourself. We've all been there." Rebecca's inbox filled with messages from strangers. Women who had lent love, trust, or money to people who didn't deserve it. And something inside her shifted. She started a small YouTube channel, sharing stories about trust, courage, and how women could protect themselves emotionally and financially. Within months, it grew. Within a year, It became a movement. She called it Her Courage, Her Story. One evening, she received an email from a woman in Michigan. Because of your story, I took my ex to small claims court. I won. Thank you. Rebecca smiled through tears. The man who broke her heart once took away her confidence. Now, that same story was giving hundreds of women their voices back. She whispered softly, "Thank you, Judge Judy, for more than just a verdict." And as the credits rolled on her own life, Rebecca finally felt what she'd been chasing all along: peace, strength, and the courage to never stay silent again.